Good morning, M4. In today's math, we are going to review pronouns, so it will help you answer your quiz later on. So please listen properly and focus on the video. You can always replay or watch the video again if there is something that you don't understand, okay? So first, let's talk about pronouns. What are pronouns? Well, pronouns, they replace which part of speech? They replace our nouns. Very good. And they replace our nouns. And first, we are going to discuss about subject pronouns. I have 7 blanks here. Can you remember your subject pronouns? Try to recall them. And of course, I will write them down for you. First subject pronoun we have is I. Then we have you. We have she. He, it, they, and we. So these are our subject pronouns. And as a subject pronoun, they of course replace the subject nouns, and they always come before your verb. For example, remember, they come before the verb. I will write it here so you remember before the verb. So for example, we have the sentence Anna cooked lunch today. In this sentence, our subject, or who are we talking about in this sentence, is Anna. So Anna is our subject. And since pronouns replace nouns, which is Anna, the subject pronoun that we will use for Anna, you have to consider her gender. She's a female. So we are going to use the subject pronoun she. So if we're going to use the pronoun, it's going to be she. She cooked lunch yesterday. And as you can see, the subject pronoun she comes before the verb cooked. Right? One more example. The Smiths went to Disneyland. In this sentence, the Smiths went to Disneyland. Our subject is, our subject is the Smiths. And the Smiths, it is a surname. It means it's a family. So since it's a group, which subject pronoun are we going to use to replace our our noun? The Smith. It is they. So we replace the Smiths with they. They went to Disneyland, or the Smiths went to Disneyland. They went to Disneyland. And as you can see again, they comes before the verb went. Alright, so always remember, subject pronoun, they always come before your verb. So you have to identify the verb in the sentence, and you have to check as well whom are we talking about and what are we talking about in the sentence. Alright, it can be a thing as well, like it tastes good. It tastes good. It can be ice cream. Ice cream tastes good. So you replace it with a subject pronoun. It tastes good. Again, it comes before the verb taste. All right. So that's what you have to remember for subject pronoun. Next, we have object pronouns. And as you can see on the board, we have me, you, him, her, them, us, it for your object pronouns. They also replace nouns in your sentence. And you have to remember, object pronoun comes after the verb. Alright, so again, you have to identify the verb in your sentence. Example, we have the sentence, Anna got the ball. Okay, our subject here is Anna, but we are talking about object pronoun. The the word that receives the action in the sentence. So our object here, wait for a while. So our object here is the ball. If we are going to replace the ball with our object pronoun, which of the object pronoun will we use? It will be, or it should be, it. Anna got it. So this is our object pronoun, and it comes after the verb got. Okay, another example. Sarah talked to them. Our object pronoun here is them. Here, our object pronoun here is them, and it comes after your verb talk. Okay, so it's easy to identify your object pronouns. Remember, it comes after the verb, and these are the words that receive or affected by the action in the sentence. Next, what you can see on the board is our reflexive pronouns, and I have separated them singular and plural. Remember, singular, it just ends with self. For plural, it ends with selves. Example of singular reflexive pronouns are myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself. Notice the ending, it all ends with self, so you'll know that it's singular. And for plural, it ends with selves. Example are selves, themselves, and yourselves. And with the reflexive pronoun, you have to remember as well that the subject of the sentence is the same with your reflexive pronoun. All right, it's always the same. Like for example, I will write a sentence here. I bake the cake myself. So I am just emphasizing that I bake the cake myself. So we use the reflexive pronoun here to emphasize that the subject used or the verb baking. Okay, no one else, no one helped the person. I bake the cake myself. Another example is she goes home by herself. She goes home by herself. So she and herself is the same person. So you have to again understand the sentence. You have to know who's the subject and who are we talking about here, so that you'll know which reflexive pronoun we are going to use. All right, another example or last example for this, I will write my brother and I fix the table ourselves. Even though you will see the pronoun I here, but whom are we talking about here is my brother and I, not only the pronoun I. So if we are going to change these my brother and I noun to a pronoun or a subject pronoun, this will be the pronoun equivalent to we. So that is why we use the reflexive pronoun ourselves. It's like we fix the table ourselves. All right, so you have to understand the sentence so you'll know which reflexive pronoun you need to use. All right. Okay, next we have demonstrative pronouns. We use demonstrative pronouns if we have to point at things, if it's close by or at a distance. And I group them into singular, plural, near, close by, or at a distance or far. For singular, near, we use the demonstrative pronoun this. It's singular and it's close to you or near to you, something you're holding or just somewhere in your reach. Singular far, oh no, sorry, not singular far, let for a while. For singular far, it means there's only it's singular, but it's far from you, it's at a distance. We use the demonstrative pronoun that. There's a distance. So that is like a little bit far from you, so we use the demonstrative pronoun that. For near, plural, it's more than one and it's close to you, we use the demonstrative pronoun these. For far objects or at a distant objects and it's plural, more than one, we use the demonstrative pronoun those. Okay, always read the sentence and understand if the sentence is the sentence will actually give you clue which demonstrative pronoun you need to use. For example, I'll write here, these shoes I'm wearing feels comfortable. So these shoes I'm wearing feels comfortable. It's not far, and it's just close to you. It's actually, you're actually wearing it, and it's not singular, it's plural because there are two shoes. That's why we use the demonstrative pronoun these. It's close to you, you're actually wearing it, and it's plural, so we use these. All right, another example. Let's say that bird on the tree is chirping. That bird on the tree is chirping. So we use the demonstrative pronoun that because it's not close to you, it's far, or there's a distance because it's on the tree. And there's only one bird. It's not birds, it's only singular bird. That's why we use the demonstrative pronoun that because it's at a distance or it's far and it's also singular. All right, so you have to understand the sentence in order for you to know which demonstrative pronouns you need to use. Okay? Okay, next pronoun we'll review is possessive pronouns. We have just recently talked about this, last week. And possessive pronouns, and the examples are, we use this to show possession or ownership in a sentence, all right? Remember that. And the examples of possessive pronouns are mine, his, hers, ours, theirs, yours, yours. You might say, why there are two yours here? One yours is for singular, and the other yours is for plural, yours, okay? Please do not put apostrophe here. In the previous activity, some of you add apostrophe between her and s, our and s. Do not add apostrophe because possessive pronouns do not use apostrophe. They just have s at the end, but they do not use apostrophe. Always remember that. All right, and also remember that possessive pronoun, they're usually at the end of a sentence. I'll just write it here. At. Okay, let me just complete the sentence then. At. They're usually at the end of a sentence. Example for that is this house is ours. Full stop. This house is ours. Ours is our possessive pronoun. It shows possession or ownership. Who owns the house? Ours. It's ours. All right. And as you can see, it's at the end of a sentence. Another example for that. Those apples are theirs. Again, it shows possession. Who owns the apples? Theirs. It's theirs. And it is at the end of a sentence. So it's easy to identify what is possessive pronoun in a sentence. Again, it uses s it has s at the end of the word. For example, hers, ours, theirs, yours, but please do not use apostrophe. It's just simple as that. Okay. Next, what we have here is our possessive adjectives. And same with possessive pronouns. It also show, or they also show possession or ownership. We use it in the sentence to show who owns something or what something owns. All right, and this is how they look like. They are also similar with possessive pronouns, but they don't have s at the end, except for his, of course, and its. Okay, possessive adjectives examples are my, his, her, their, our, your, singular, your, plural, and its. Again, they look like possessive pronoun without the s. All right, and it's possessive adjectives rather, they always come after, or no, they always come before a noun. It can't stand alone. It always comes before a noun. For example, I like her dress. Alright, I like her dress. We use our possessive adjective dress here. Who owns the dress? It's hers. Her. So I like her dress. So it comes, as you can see, it comes before the noun dress. I'll give you one more example. Our house is clean. Our house is clean. The possessive adjective that we're using here is our, and it comes before the verb. It comes before the noun house. Who owns the house? Our owns the house, and it's saying our house is clean. It's stating that this is our house and it's clean. Always remember that. That's the difference between possessive adjectives and pronouns. Our house is clean. This is your possessive adjective. If you're going to use that as a possessive pronoun, it's gonna be like, it's gonna look like this. This clean house is ours. All right, this one is our possessive pronoun. It has s here, and it is found at the end of a sentence. Unlike our possessive adjective, it doesn't use s, and it comes before a noun. Okay? So for your quiz, it will look like this. It's multiple choice. You will be given 3 choices every sentence. You have to select the correct answer. Please do read and understand the sentence properly and take clues in the sentence. The clues are also in the sentence to help you decide which is the right answer. Okay? For example, number 1 here, the sentence is, I don't like that cat. Blank bit me yesterday. So what are we talking about here? What is it asking? It's asking for a subject pronoun. So what bit you yesterday? What are we talking about here? We're talking about the cat. So which subject pronoun is appropriate to use for cat? Are we going to use he? Are we going to use she? Or are we going to use it? Of course, the answer here is it. Alright, so always check the sentence and understand what are we talking about here. Because of course, you can always say, he bit me yesterday, she bit me yesterday. But if you're going to read the sentence, it doesn't make any sense. That's why please do understand the sentence. Next example here, we have, she helped blank today, so I bought her some snacks. Now, she is our subject pronoun here. So it's asking for, what comes after the verb? It's asking for an object pronoun. So what object pronoun is appropriate here? She helped blank today, so I bought her some snacks. So who do you think she helped? In the second part of the sentence after this conjunction, so it says I bought her some snacks. So who do you think she helped? She helped I. So what is the object pronoun equivalent for For I, you have the choices here. A, him. B, her. C, me. So the equivalent of I is, of course, me. So the answer here is me. She helped me today, so I bought her some snacks. Okay, in your quiz, you can write the answers only. I don't require you to write the sentences and the choices. You can only write the answer, no problem with that. You can, example for this part, the answer is letter C. So on your paper, you write, example, this is your paper. On your paper, you write number 1, C, it. Number 2, what's the answer here? Me. Again, letter C, me. So you can answer like this. You don't have to copy the sentences. You don't have to copy the choices. You just have to write the answers. All right. So it will be easy for you. Okay. Again, understand the sentence properly. If you need to rewatch the video, or if there's something you're not sure of, you can always play the video again. All right. Good luck to your quiz, and please take clear photos and submit it properly in Google Classroom. See you in next lesson.